Good afternoon, fourth grade. We are continuing our book, Out of My Shell, which is now one of my favorite chapter books. And we are going to begin um, on page 143, kind of at the top of the page. And this is when she's had an opportunity to go snorkeling with Aiden, and things seem to at least be settling in a little bit for her. Like, I guess I would say her first time to have fun since she left her home and came to Florida to visit her grandparents. Mom greeted me at the door like a fresh westerly wind, out of breath and glowing with delight. Liv, come to the kitchen. I need your help. I should have known Mom would pull some stunt, something to counteract how icily I treated her when she confiscated my phone. Still, my curiosity got the better of me, and it was impossible not to follow. It'd been a very long time since I'd seen her so flushed with excitement. I had to know the cause. She had the kitchen draped in drop cloths, and canvases were spread across the floor. She'd been sketching and painting sea life, dolphins and turtles, starfish and shells. They were pretty good. Mom went to college on an art scholarship, but over the last few years, I'd rarely seen her holding a paintbrush. I was glad to see her taking the step. I thought it meant she was getting back to her old self. My sister was sitting on the floor next to the largest canvas. It was split down the middle, ocean on one side, beach on the other. Mom had stenciled Sea of Love across the top. It's a gift, she said, for Grandpa and Grandma for letting us stay here. She couldn't stand still. She kept shifting her weight from one foot to the other, and her eyes were particularly begging for approval. Lainey squealed, "Oh, it's so pretty." My opinion did a 180 when I realized what she was really doing. I set my jaw. Mom wasn't painting for the fun and enjoyment of it. She was up to something else, and I didn't like it. Bolstered by Lainey's praise, Mom beamed. I want to add our footprints to the sand. She stopped fidgeting and moved purposely around the kitchen, pointing out the supplies she'd set up. See, we'll put paint on the bottoms of our bare feet and stamp them on the canvas. That way, Grandma and Grandpa will think of us every time they look at it. Think of us, of me, Lainey, and Mom? It was like Mom was in a hurry to rewrite our family's history. 5 summers ago, when Lainey was 1, she'd given Grandpa and Grandma a framed piece of artwork she made from our handprints. She'd traced Dad's hand, then her own, then mine, then Lainey's, all in different colors of cardstock. She'd cut them out and arranged them in order so that each print sat nestled in the next. Above the handprint, she stenciled, "Nothing says love like family." Lainey wouldn't remember making it, but I did. I gritted my teeth. Out of habit, I almost held back, not wanting to upset Mom. Then I remembered I was past that. Whether it made her unhappy or not, I was going to tell her how I felt. You can't do that, I stammered. Snorkeling had been a short reprieve from the wreck of my home life, but it all came crashing back full force. Do what? Mom asked. She seemed genuinely bewildered by my outburst. Pretend like Dad never existed. I was beyond trying to keep everything together. I was so sick of all the pretenses. You can't just swap out 4 handprints for 3 sets of footprints and erase him from the equation like that. It's not that simple. My voice sounded shrill, even to my own ears. Olivia, Mom said softly, I'm not trying to. I could tell she hadn't expected her project to backfire so spectacularly. She'd expected me to be a willing participant. Yes, you are. That's exactly what you're doing. That's why you swept us away on this trip. You want us to forget him. You want us to choose you over him. Are you going to make us move here too, like Aunt Michelle wants? Mom breathed in as if she were sucking up the entire ocean before exhaling. This isn't about choosing sides, she said at last. Your dad and I didn't want you to be disappointed. We know how much this trip means to you girls every summer. There are going to be enough other changes down the road. Whether that means moving, I haven't decided yet, but we didn't want to take this vacation away from you, too. She sounded so calm, so unlike Mom. Her words sounded rehearsed again. I would have bet money she'd practiced them 100 times already this summer trying to convince herself they were true. But you never asked me, I retorted. It was the first time I'd had the nerve to say it. It had taken scheming and disappointment and heartache and pushing the mob away, the discovery of the nest, a little piece, and now this ridiculous project, for the words to finally work their way out. You never even asked me if I wanted to come. I don't want to move here, and I don't want to stamp my footprints. I don't even want to be around you. I flew out the front door, too angry and fired up to think clearly. With my legs on autopilot, I turned and ran along the side of the house back to the beach, back to the nest. The last few days had been such a roller coaster ride already, highs and lows. I craved the peace I had with my nights on the beach, kayaking with Grandpa and snorkeling with Aiden. I longed for another calm, but that was far from where I was headed. Stop there, and next time we'll begin. We'll almost finish this book. I'm sure we'll finish it in a few days. Chapter 16, page 147. Thanks so much, fourth graders. Have a really good day. Take care of yourselves. Bye.